We have the New England Patriots. Boo.
The biggest one of them all.
Suck.
Going up against the Los Angeles Rams. What do you boys think?
That's still weird to say.
I know,
Los
it's crazy.
Angeles Rams.
Yeah, hey, this might be good for football in the city of Los Angeles.
It could be.
In the short term, I still don't think they're going to have any long-term fans in Los Angeles because there's so many transplants that, I don't know. I mean, they're never going to have the base that they would have had in St. Louis, I
No,
suppose.
I don't think so either. But hey, I mean, you never know.
McVay versus Belichick.
That's the big
My
one.
God.
Moving on to actual football here, the young buck versus the proven veteran. What do you think?
The young genius versus the old genius. Man. I think Bill Belichick's just going to outclass him. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, that's just how I feel. I mean, I don't want to come off as that I don't fear McVay at all. I mean, I could very easily see him having some very creative plays, putting together a very good game. And let's not forget the other coaches on this Rams sideline. Wade Phillips.
Good old Wade.
I mean, if there was ever a time for him to call a perfect game, this is the one, Wade. You got to put this talented D-line, this talented secondary together, and you got to figure out something to slow down this Patriots offense. You did it before in Denver, albeit with a much more talented defense. Not to say that the Rams defense isn't, talented, but
They had 2015 Broncos now.
oh my God, they had so much talent on that team. But man, those are some good coaches on that Rams sideline. So I could see them putting something together.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a close game. I mean, it's the Patriots and the Super Bowl. It's always a close game. I think this is going to be no exception to that rule. I think it'll be very entertaining. Maybe not as many fireworks if Todd Gurley's feeling better. I think you'll see a lot more running, especially the Patriots have already shown that they're committed to playing solid run offense.
I have a take here.
Okay.
He's going to go crazy in this game. There's going to be some plays that has never been seen before in the game of football.
Oh, he's doing the Chip Kelly third down punt.
Dude,
fake
he's
that I've speculated exists.
he's going to pull stuff out from the bottom of the barrel.
Both teams are.
No, sure, but I think McVay, he's going to do something crazy. There's going to be a fake field goal on like first down at his own 5-yard line or some shit like that. He's going to go insane.
What quarter do you think that Julian Edelman's going to throw a touchdown pass?
Third.
You think the third?
Second quarter, right before halftime.
Late fourth.
Second quarter is going to be.
I'd say middle of the third.
It's going to be like a Philly situation, except with the demons themselves.
Yeah, Tom Brady will probably get his catch back in this game.
There you go. It all comes full circle.
Yeah, but I think the point we're obviously getting at is that there's going to be some creative play calling between both these teams. McVay is definitely an offensive genius, and Bill Belichick is an established offensive genius and defensive genius. So,
yeah. Another big matchup here we got is the Jared Goff versus the the Patriots secondary. What do you boys think is going to happen here?
Yeah, that's an experienced secondary with a lot of good players. I mean, you're talking about Stephon Gilmore, both of the McCourties, Patrick Chung. I bring them up every week. And with Bill Belichick, who's always been able to get the most out of his players, I think that a young and experienced quarterback is going to have problems against such talent, especially if they continue the trend of having pass rush, which we'll get to that. That could actually present some problems for the Patriots defense.
Very much so.
Like I say, the Patriots always have a good way of covering up your first option, so I think that Robert Woods is going to need to have a big game if they're going to come through in the clutch, because Brandon Cooks isn't exactly Julio Jones the way he was. If it was Julio Jones, he would have a big game like he did back in the Super Bowl, but Brandon Cooks is a very good wide receiver, but not on that level, so Robert Woods is going to have to come through in the clutch.
I think Woods is very capable of doing it.
Yeah, I would say so. He's a pretty high-end second wide receiver. There's definitely some talent whenever it comes to the playmaking side on the Rams. It's not Chiefs level.
Yeah.
But they still have some talent. So, I think they can get something going on offense. It just depends on if Jared Goff doesn't get fooled, if he's smart about things, if he's able to handle the pressure of being in the Super Bowl. We'll just see. I don't think we got a conclusive answer from the end of that Saints game, but we got some good indications for sure, as we talked about.
Most def.
Definitely. Another huge matchup here is going to be the Patriots, like something you just brought up, kind of the Patriots defensive line versus the Rams offensive line.
Yeah, the Rams probably have the best offensive line that Patriots pass rush has faced. So they're going to have to get creative with their blitz schemes against a young quarterback. I think that's probably what they'll do to be able to get pressure. Andrew Whitworth is still playing at an extremely high level, and people like Rob Havenstein are also really good. And I think they're just going to be very rock solid for setting that edge for the Rams offense, and I think they're going to be able to get some holes on the Patriots defense. We're not talking about Damian Williams. We're talking about a hot C.J. Anderson and hopefully a healthy Todd Gurley with probably some better play calling. So,
Gurley's got 2 weeks to heal up here, so maybe...
we don't know the severity of the injury. If it's a hamstring injury, that's going to be pretty damning right there. But hopefully he can fight through it, and we don't even know that he's injured.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all speculation, so I don't want to get that out there. So, regardless, hopefully Gurley can show up and provide a spark for that offense.
Speaking of Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson, what do you boys think this Rams run game is going to do against this Patriots defense?
Belichick is just too goddamn good at taking away the run game. Especially if Gurley's limping out there. I just don't see C.J. Anderson taking over this game the way he did against the Cowboys.
I don't have a solid answer for you. I can see a lot of things. That is a very talented committee, and C.J. Anderson's kind of a wild card if he can stay hot. Just because he's been hot doesn't mean he'll continue to be hot, especially coming off a bye week. So, I don't know. It's Bill Belichick, so he always has a good run defense, but I don't know.
Yeah,
McVay could buck the trend. The Rams could buck that trend, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's still something. There's real no consensus here of what's going to happen.
There's just too much talent on that Rams side to have a conducive way.
Yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens there. Flipping sides, though, Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, possibly one of the greatest defensive lines ever assembled, go up against the Patriots' offensive line, which has been absolutely stellar in this postseason.
It's going to be a fucking barroom brawl in the trenches in this game. It's going to be so fun to watch, as much as I hate to say it.
And coming from two former linemen, here being Gimli, we're going to love it.
It's going to be amazing.
They have to get pressure in this game, right? There can't be a way that the Patriots are so good that they keep Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh from getting pressure up the middle on Brady.
No,
even if he eludes it, how are they going to stop them?
I don't think you can consistently for 60 minutes. They're just too good, especially with Michael Brockers rotating in, Dante Fowler Jr. getting pressure from the outside.
That's not a sure thing on Dante Fowler's end.
Well, no, but still, he's definitely serviceable enough to be able to get that pressure. With this Pats line playing very well, you never know. But
I think it could be about 50-50. Donald, Suh, all these guys, they're going to have their moments, but I think the Patriots offensive line will also have their moments. It's just going to come down to, when it matters the most, which unit is going to be more impressive.
Definitely.
I think at the end of the day, it will be the Patriots offensive line, but I do think that Donald and Suh are going to get through. I think they're going to disrupt Brady to some degree, but I do think that Brady's ability to get short passes off, the scheming to be able to get people like Edelman open. I think James White is going to have an incredible day. If Kamara's game is any indication, I just don't see how James White is going to get covered by this Rams defense, and I just think he's going to be It's gonna be a big. He might win the MVP if he gets a bunch of touchdowns. James White might be the Super Bowl MVP.
I can see it. Yeah, he's not heavily utilized in the run game, but in the passing game, yeah, he's all over the place. So yeah, he could definitely get a ton of looks. To me, it's either going to be him or Gronk if it's not Brady. Yeah. If the Patriots win,
I don't know about Gronk just because he's he's such a shell of himself now. Yeah. But I could see someone like Michelle even.
Yeah. I don't see a tight end winning Super Bowl MVP.
I don't know. It's Gronk. You were saying earlier, with Gronk retiring, he's going to be maybe retired.
He'll definitely be heavily motivated. But I think at this point that'll mean you get a really good game out of him. Mm-hmm. Not think of an unmotivated old Gronk. You get 200 yards and a couple touchdowns, man.
All right. Yeah, you might change my mind there, but I still think it'll be a huge day for Gronk.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think Jared Goff's going to do? Do you think he's going to stay functional in this game? He's definitely showed a lot of promise late last week in the Saints game, and he really silenced a lot of haters with the getting pressure in his face. Not me being one of them. Getting pressure in his face, shutting him down. He really showed us up there. Do you think he can do that again in the biggest stage?
Do I think he can, or do I think he will?
Do you think he can?
I think that he can be. I think he'll be functional. I think he should be. I think you should expect him to be functional. I mean, yeah. I mean, he just. I feel like he proved a lot whenever he was showing a lot of those under pressure passes. I think that they're going to be able to scheme really well and get guys open. Again, a lot of talent. So I think there are going to be some easy looks for him at points where he's going to be able to either dump it off to the flat or in the middle, or maybe like a somewhat deep crosser, maybe 10, 15 yards out. I think he'll definitely complete his passes. I don't think it's going to be a Mitch Trubisky situation where when he faced the Patriots, I don't think he even completed half of his passes. I think this is a different game than that for Jared Goff. I think he'll be mostly functional. I think you should expect that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is way more than a prove-it game for Jared Goff. This is the Super Bowl. Like, this is the game. So, I mean, if he really shows up here, there's no doubt. Like, I mean, he shows up, there's no potential for a sort of bust.
Yeah.
Him being the first overall pick.
And I've been more critical of Jared Goff just because I've seen him, the way he handled pressure his rookie year and kind of in the second year as well. But I think that I can see some growth in the recent games that I've watched, and by the recent games I mean last week's game. So I don't know. I think he should be at least functional.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Jared Goff, he's going to be at least serviceable, like you're saying. Yeah.
This is going to be big time. This is time for McVay and this crew, because once Jared Goff gets that big contract after his rookie deal expires, a lot of that talent is going to start flying away to different parts of the U.S.
Yeah. Now, one big thing that I wonder about Goff is that he's so good whenever he gets like a busted coverage and someone gets open downfield. I don't know that the Patriots are going to give a lot of big plays downfield to these playmakers. I mean, it's not unprecedented. I mean, they definitely gave up some big plays last week against the Chiefs, but I think that they were on a different level talent-wise, and Mahomes is on a different level arm-wise. So, that's a big thing on what made Jared Goff successful throughout the year. So, is he going to be able to hit those huge plays down the field?
Yeah.
And he'll need to in this game.
And if you can, I mean, that could really swing the game, being able to put up points very quickly.
Yeah, that'll swing from making him serviceable to heroic, which is what I think he'll need to be. I mean, we're talking about can he be serviceable? I think he'll need to be heroic.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, he's going to have to be to take down this juggernaut. Well, I mean, I think that's going to wrap up here on our preview here. But we're gonna have to move on to our picks. So first up, Gimli. Who are you taking?
I said it in the divisional round. I said it in the conference round. And I think I'm going to have to say it again in the Super Bowl round. I think New England takes it. You just can't bet against them. I mean, it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be an entertaining game. Like I said before, it always is. Every time New England's in a Super Bowl, it's always an entertaining game to watch, even though half the time it goes not the way you want it to go. But you can give me New England in this situation. I just don't think Goff's going to be able to get it done.
All right, Steven?
Give me the Patriots as well. I think this is anywhere from a 1 to 2 possession game for them. I could see it being really close, being a heartbreaker for the Rams, and I could also see it be, kind of out of reach for them in a way. I don't necessarily think that the Rams will get blown out, but I think it'll be closer than some people expect. I mean, I think that everyone online is just doom and gloom. It's the Rams going up against the Patriots. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a more competitive game than people think it will be, but I still don't think the Patriots will lose.
Out of reach in the similar way that the Cowboys were against the Rams when we
played. Think that would be a decent comparison, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to do everybody a favor here. I've been very bad in picks this postseason. 3 out of 10. I'm picking the New England Patriots to win here. If history holds up, and they only have a 30% chance to win. So, I mean, you're welcome. Yeah, I think...
That's a hot take, Jeffrey.
I think New England is they're too proven. They have too much postseason experience. They're here every year. Belichick is going to out-coach McVay. Brady is going to outduel Goff. These Patriots offensive line, they're not going to shut down the Rams defensive line, but they'll make it manageable. They'll keep Brady on his feet most of the game. Mm-hmm. Sonny Michel will be able to take over the run game. Brady's going to have enough time to hit Edelman, Gronk, James White. I like you were saying, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Rams will make a game out of it. It'll be close in the end. I think the scoreboard's going to look a lot closer than the game was. But, yeah, I think the Pats give Brady a 6th ring.